I'm like 38 years old. I'm like, man, this is amazing. My life's great. And then all of a sudden, March 20 comes along, and it's like the way that they were handling, the virus, telling you what you can do is that real estate was the same thing. It's like, hey, you don't need to pay rent, or you'll put it on the back end or something. And then people would be like, oh, we don't have to pay rent. And then it would be like, well, you have to pay your rent, but you don't have to pay it for a while. And then it was like, well, shit. They'd be like, now the landlord has to give up 20% of the rent and let the tenant pay 80%. Well, then all that shit happened over and over and over and over. And I'm like fighting this every day. So at that point, a lot of stress, trying to keep the doors open. And luckily I had some equity and I know how to borrow money, but that was not fun. So what happened in California was we got to the point where you had a third party person. Let's say it's like a tenant that doesn't like me or, my company, and we don't like them or something. Like, obviously we like our tenants, but it's like somebody that's hard to deal with, because all you'd have to do is talk to the third party person and then you would get aid. So you would get aid for your back rent. So everybody that played along is great. Like, oh man, we were able to pay our payments by, taking seconds sometimes and things like that. But by the time that the person got with the third party and got the aid, we would get like a big check. Like, oh, hey, here's 12 grand for this person's rent for the last year or something, which is great. But I remember 23 people refused to work with a third party person in California alone on properties I own. So 2 years, we couldn't collect any rent. But by the time we could evict them, it took me another year plus a lawyer to get them out. So if you calculate the lost rent just on that, just on those 23 units, it's insane. So that was not fun for me. So I think I went from being like, man, real estate's amazing to like, oh my God, real estate's gonna kill me.